Hello everyone, welcome to Pasti Score. I'm Cikgu Fauzia and I'm here today to share with all of you the techniques of each section of question that I have simplified. These are the things that I am going to share with you today. The layout of your English UPSR paper, the strategy how to score A, the techniques, how to answer each of the sections, the grading of marks, and I will also show to you the weaknesses and the mistakes done by all the UPSR candidates before this, wishing that all of you will not repeat the same mistakes done. Now we come to the first one, the layout of your UPSR English paper. As you all know, your English UPSR paper consists of two papers, which are paper 1 and your paper 2. Paper 1 is subjective questions, while your paper 2 will be subjective, which need for you all to write your own answers of sentences. Your paper 1 consists of 40 questions and it carries out 40 marks, which means 1 mark each. Whereby your paper 2, there are 40 marks from 3 questions from 3 sections as well. Okay, not only that, you need to know also how to calculate your English marks, the percentage of English paper. Okay, your paper 1 marks, you add up with your paper 2 marks, you divide it with 80 times with 100. This is how you are getting your percentage. You need to know this in order to know the strategy, which I will share with you after this. So stay tuned. Alright, on top of this, boys and girls, you need to know also the code of your English UPSR paper. Your paper 1 code is 014/1 and your paper 2 014/2. A gentle reminder to all of you, please double check, please have a look at your question papers before you start answering. Please check the code. This code if you're sitting for your paper 1 and this code if you're sitting for your paper 2, because I am just so afraid that you might get a different question papers. So again, a gentle reminder from me, please double check your English code. Alright boys and girls, let's move on to the second one, which is a strategy in scoring A. To score A, you have to get at least 60 marks from your paper 1 and your paper 2. Okay? And to get the 64 from your paper 1, try your very best to get more than 35 marks. The more you are getting for your paper 1, better still. Okay, and for your paper 2, your question 2A, whether you like it or not, you have to get all correct, which is 10/10. Don't worry, I will share with you the techniques, how to reduce your careless mistake and how to get 10/10 for your question 2A. Alright, this is what I want to share with you. Okay, to get A, you have to get 64 marks, right? Alright. Okay, now that if you get 35 for your paper 1, you add up with 10, which means it's 45 marks. So you need to find another 64 minus 45 marks, means you need to find another 19 marks for you to get this 64 marks, which equivalent to 80%, which is A. Alright, this 19 marks, you can get it from your question 1 of your paper 2, from your question 2B, and from your question 3, okay, which I will share with you, and I will show to you the techniques. Don't worry, be happy. Alright, so just to show you this is strategy. Again, your paper 1, try to get more than 35. If you get more than this, it's better still. If you can get 37, or in fact, if you can get 40 over 40, it's better still. And then your paper 2, your question 2A, no doubt, whether you like it or not, you have to get all correct. So 45 marks is there. Okay, just minus 50, 64, and you need to find another just 19 marks. It's very easy, boys and girls. It's not difficult. Once you grab hold of the techniques, I am very sure all of you manage to do it. All of you manage to get A. Right? So grab hold of this strategy. Again, always remember your paper 1. Remember your paper 2. Remember this one, you have to get all correct. So practice makes perfect. I will show you how to get 10 over 10. Don't worry. Okay, boys and girls, let's start off with our paper 1. To do your paper 1, there are 2 things that you have to bear in mind. What are the 2 things? This one. Find the clue and do your crossing of 4 options given to you, which I will show to you after this. So again, please remember this. The clue. Where can you get the clue from? You can get the clue from the questions. You can get the clue from the pictures given. You can even get the clues from the options or the answers given to you. And crossing. What do I meant by crossing? Meaning I want all of you, without fail, for each of the 40 questions, each of you, please run through, please read through all the 4 answers given to you. Okay, please, there are A, B, C, and D. And as you are reading, as you go through for the 4 options of answers, do the crossing, which I am going to show to you how to go about. So again, ladies, again, boys and girls, okay, these are the 2 things that you have to bear in mind. The clue and the crossing. This is the technique. Okay, if you follow this technique, I'm very sure you can even get over 35. Remember your strategy? You need to get more than 35 marks. But I am very sure if you follow this technique, okay, you can even get over the 37 or even all correct, provided you follow the correct way of techniques, which I am going to show to you after this. Okay, let's go through the first one. Okay, this is the first section. Alright, boys and girls, before you start off any questions, please go through, please read through the instructions. Okay, maybe you will tell me you have been reading these over and over and over again ever since in year 4, but it's okay because you will never know. Maybe this year the instruction will be changed. You will never know. So to be on the safe side, always read the instruction. Okay, let's read the instruction together then. Alright, I'll read for you. Each question in this paper is followed by 3 or 4 possible answers. Choose the best answer from the answers marked A, B, and C, or A, B, C, and D. Blacken the answer that you have chosen on the answer sheet provided. Yes, boys and girls, please blacken your answers correctly, properly, and please use your 2B pencil. No mechanical pencil is allowed. And if you need to erase, if you need to do a correction, please erase your answers properly and blacken the new one properly as well. Okay? Alright, now I am going to show to you. This is the techniques. Okay? Do you remember the 2 things that I showed to you earlier on? Yeah, you are correct. Your clue and your crossing. Okay, this is what I meant by looking for a clue. Okay, definitely you have to read the instruction again. There's another instruction here which says choose the best word to complete the sentence. Okay. Alright, now let's go for the first one. I am going to show to you exactly how to make use of my techniques. The two things that I have showed to you earlier on. The clue and the crossing. Alright, I read out to you the question. The first question. Brian carried a dash to put his belongings when he goes hitchhiking. Alright, boys and girls. From this sentence, which do you think it will be the clue for your question? Yes, you are absolutely right. Okay, goes hitchhiking. Alright, and carried. Okay, if you just putting the hitchhiking as your clue, what about hitchhiking? Okay, your clue is not complete. So carried, oh, so you know in your mind, carried something while you go for hitchhiking. Alright, now, let's go for the second technique, which is crossing. Okay, what do I mean by crossing? Means you have to go through each of every answers. Boys and girls, please don't be so lazy to read all the answers given. Why? Because out of these 4 answers given, one definitely will be the perfect, the most appropriate answer. Okay, this is how it should be done. A, handbag. Hitchhiking, do you bring handbag? Definitely no. So you put a little crossing here. We go to B, knapsack. Oh, maybe you will come into your mind, oh, yeah, knapsack. But don't jump into conclusion yet, because you have not go through C and D yet. So maybe, okay, your KIV here. First, this B answer, maybe. Suitcase, you don't bring suitcase when you go for hitchhiking, right? So a little crossing again here. And pouch. Again, definitely no. And your most appropriate answer will be B, knapsack. Alright, boys and girls, this is what I meant by searching for the clue, the one that I have underlined earlier on. Okay, these 2 clues. It can be 1 clue, it can be a word, it can be a phrase, it can be anything, as long as it can be the clue from your questions. And this is what I meant by crossing. Go through each of every answers. And like what I have been saying earlier on, if you feel B is the answer, don't jump into conclusion yet. Please go to C and D first. Okay, then only you come back. When you feel this is the most appropriate, then only you will choose this as your answer. Okay, now let's move on to number 3. Okay, number 3, right? The confectioner made sweet dash for the kids. Alright, for this particular question, a picture is given. So your clue will be this. And it can also be this. Sweet kids. So that you have 2 clues here, boys and girls. Okay? This question is actually helping you out because giving you 2 clues. Alright, now, again, you have done the first part. You have done the clue, searching for the clue. Now we move on to the second one, crossing. Okay, let's go for the options of answers. Do you think breads will be the answer? No. Okay, put a little cross over there. Pizzas, sweet pizzas, definitely not, right? We move on to C, candies. We have lollipops. Alright, now, what if this kind of question comes out? It can be candies, it can be lollipops. Why do I say so? Because of the word sweet here. Am I right? But again, look at the picture because you have 2 clues given to you. So, the most appropriate will be exactly this one will be your answer. Because this is a lollipop. Alright? Okay, this is how it should be done, boys and girls. Okay? Please don't be lazy in reading the options of answers. This is what is happening to many UPSR candidates. Okay? What happened? They are so lazy to read the options. They will only read the first two, or even the first one. And the other two, the other three, they just leave it just like that. Don't do that, please. Because again, I am reminding you, remember your strategy. You have to score more than 35. So in doing this, inshallah, okay, you will be getting that range of marks. You can even get 40 over 40. Okay, boys and girls, stay tuned. I will show to you the next technique on how to answer the next section. Welcome back. Alright, let's move on. Let's proceed to our next question, which is question 5 to 7. And again, a gentle reminder, let's read out the instruction. Read the text and choose the best phrase for each of the pictures given. Yes, boys and girls, again I am reminding you, when you do this paper 1, the two things should be in your head by now. What are the two things to bear in your mind? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Your clue and your crossing. Now if you look at this question, okay, there are only 3 questions, right? Okay, you are supposed to choose the best phrase. Not a word. This time, the best phrase. Alright, now can you tell me, where can you get the clue from? Again? Yes, you are right. You are given pictures. Don't you think this is very simple and very easy? You just look at the pictures, and from the pictures, you try to figure out the answers. Okay, now that you know that the clue is the picture, okay, this is the clue, okay, now let's look at the first question, which is question number 5. Oops, sorry, this is the option. Let's look at the question here. The world is full of colors. Okay, the sunflower is, now look at this picture. What picture is this? Yes, you are right. This is a picture of a sun. Okay, the morning sun. Right. So this is the question. Now you need to find the correct phrase. Now look at the phrases that are given to you. As cheerful as cold as hot as big as. Okay, again, don't forget your crossing. Do you say as cheerful as the sun? No. Do you say as cold as the sun? Yeah, no. It's not cold, you know, right? The physical of sun, you know, it's very hot. So B is out of question. As hot as. Now look at C. Okay, you will tell me, this is the answer. Again, I am reminding you, boys and girls, don't jump into conclusion because you have another option to go through. So KIV, look at the D as big as. Now we have 2 here. All right, maybe you will let me know. You can also say big as, but if you look at these 2 answers, which is the most appropriate? Look at the sun. Why you are given the picture of a sun? Yes, to show how a sun feels like. It's hot, right? During daytime. How do you feel during daytime? Hot. So, as big as is out of a question, and the answer is as hot as. Here you are. You got it? Okay, let's move on to number 6. Alright, now, boys and girls. Okay, now look at number 6 here. Alright. Okay, the hibiscus our dash is as red as striped chili. Again, remember, find for your clue, and your clue is this picture. What picture is this? Yes, you are right again. This is a hibiscus, or we call it in Bahasa Melayu, bunga raya. Alright, now let's go through for the 4 options. Number 1, local flower. What do you mean by local flower? No. State flower. Do we have state flower, boys and girls? No. Do we have capital flower? Have you ever heard capital flower, state flower before? No. Okay. And national flower, have you heard that before? Again, can I hear it from you again? Yes, you are right. National flower. Alright, so hibiscus is our national flower. So this will be your answer for number 6. Okay, boys and girls. Alright, for this particular question, okay, there are so many questions can be asked. It can ask you about collective nouns, because they're asking you about phrases. Okay, they can ask you like the one we have done just now. Okay, whatever it is, alright, don't worry. Just look at the picture and find the most appropriate one. And please remember again, the 2 things need to be done. Search for the clue, as the clue are the pictures, and please do your crossing. Please, you have to do it. Alright? Okay, boys and girls. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is question 8 to 10. Right? And again, I am reminding you, always read the instruction. And this is what you're going to do with me for each of every question. Right, the instruction will be choose the best answer for each of the pictures given. Alright, if you notice, for each of every instruction given to you, the word best will be written down. Okay, not only you have to choose the answers, but you have to choose the best answer. So there's a meaning for that. So please remember that you are choosing the most appropriate, means the best answer out of 4. Okay, for this section, alright, boys and girls, you need to study the picture. What do I mean by study? Means you have to go through, you have to look at the picture given thoroughly. Okay, try to comprehend, try to understand what the picture is all about. Okay, now, what is the clue again? Yes, you are absolutely correct. The clue is the picture. Okay, this is the picture and this is the clue. Look at it properly. Now, from the picture, let us look at the answers given. Nick is showing his painting to us. Do you think this is the answer, boys and girls? No? Why no? Yeah, because it doesn't show he's showing the picture, right? So, please do your little crossing here. Okay, now look at B. He is pasting pictures on the board. Do you think that this guy pasting the pictures on the board? Yeah, no, he's not pasting. Alright, so a little crossing here again. Now, C. The painting is big and beautiful. Well, again, if you have in doubt, maybe you can choose this, but please remember again, you have another answer to go for, to go through, to read through. So, KIV, don't choose that one yet. Let's go to the next one first. Okay, what is the next one? The painter is using a brush and a palette of colors. Now, look at the picture. Does it describe the painter using a brush and a palette of colors? Yes? Yes, you are correct. So C is not the answer. Okay? Alright, because there's a man, showing a man doing something. Okay, if seeing the answer, there shouldn't be anyone there. There will only be the painting. So C is our question and the answer is D. Okay, this is how you should go about. Alright, boys and girls, I'm not going to go through all the questions, okay, as I'm just sharing the techniques to you. Now, I want to share with you the next one. Okay, the next one, there are 5 questions, which is question 11 to 15. Question 11 to 15 says, okay, I just read out to you. Choose the best answer to fit the situation shown in the picture. Okay, now this one is slightly different. Okay, there are 5 situation shows, and on top of the 5 situations, you are given bubbles. Do you know what bubbles is? This is what I meant by bubbles. This one. Okay, the dialogue. Okay, this dialogue, we call it as bubble. Okay, now, before answering this, okay, there are a few things that you need to know. Okay, what are the few things that you need to know? Okay, now you have to look at the picture and the bubble especially. You have to look for the first speaker. Okay, what do I meant by first speaker? First speaker is the person who will be doing the first response. Okay, who will speak first. You have to search for this. How do you know that this is the first speaker or the second speaker? Normally, the first speaker, the bubble will be higher up. That shows that person is the first speaker. And to find the most appropriate answer, please choose the most polite response. Alright, because sometimes I know the questions are quite tricky, okay, but always bear in your mind, for these particular questions, you have to find for a polite response. Okay, now let's look at the question. Okay, let's choose one question and we try to find out and try to follow the techniques that I have showed to you just slightly before this. Alright, boys and girls, this is the first situation. Okay, and look at this bubble. Which one do you think will be the first speaker? Will it be the girl or will it be the old lady? Yes, correct. The lady. How do you know that the lady is the first speaker? Because the bubble is higher up. Okay, this shows that this is the person that speaks first. Okay, now the response. You are given the response, but you have to search what the first speaker is saying. Okay, now look at the response. Come, let's share the bread. This is the response. So your job is to find what the first speaker is saying. Alright, so the clue here is the first speaker, the bubble here, and also the picture. Okay, boys and girls? Now again, let's do the crossing here. A, I have not eaten for 3 days. Alright, how to double check? How do you double check that your answer will be correct? This is how you should do it. Okay, this is the first speaker saying, I have not eaten for 3 days. The response say, come, let's share the bread. Does it fit? Maybe, right? Why maybe? Because you have not go through the other 3 answers yet. Okay, maybe. So I read the first one first. Now, look at B. Give me some bread. Come, let's share the bread. Okay, please remember, boys and girls, you must search for a polite response or polite way of speaking. Do you think, give me some bread? Do you think it's polite to say that way? No, right? Do you agree with me? Alright, so therefore, for this particular answer, you put a small crossing. Okay, now, I want some bread. What about this? I want some bread. Come, let's share the bread. Can it be the answer? Maybe. Fine. So you KIV the C as well as the A. Now look at D. That's my bread. Okay, it's just like the B, right? It doesn't sound polite. So D will not be the answer. Okay, now you have two possible answers. You have your A, you have your C. Okay, what would happen? Okay, if you come across this kind of question, are you going to cry? Shout for help? No. Okay, this is what you need to do. You go back to the A. Okay, you read it again. I have not eaten for 3 days. Come, let's share the bread. Or, I want some bread. Come, let's share the bread. Now, this is what you need to do. You look at these two answers. Which one do you feel is the most polite way of speaking it up? Again, please. Yes, definitely. A will be the answer. I want some bread. You know, it doesn't sound so polite if you compare to the first one. I hope you agree with me. Okay, so you put a little cross here, put a tick here. So this will be your answer for number 12. Okay, now I want to show to you another one. Okay, to show to you that you should choose a response of a polite ones. Okay, this is how you should do. Okay, boys and girls, maybe you don't realize this. Okay, maybe you don't realize this all the way through over the years when you answer these questions. Maybe you don't realize actually you are supposed to search for a polite responses. So I am here today to let you know about this. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, the next one. Okay, now there are two people here, a girl and a boy here. And what color should I use? And you have to find for the second. Which one is the first speaker? Do you still remember what I did tell you? How to find out the first speaker just now? Yes, you are right. Look at the bubble. The higher up bubble will be the first speaker. So meaning the girl here is the first person who is doing the talking. So the girl is asking, what color should I use? So she is seeking for this boy response. Okay, now look at the responses. Okay, look at A. Pink and blue would be nice. Would you think this is the answer? Okay, maybe. Alright, it sounds polite. Don't you think so? Yes, but please remember again, you still have another 3 questions to run through. So don't ever jump into conclusion. This is exactly what is happening during the exam. This is exactly during the exam, the UPSR candidates. No, they are so lazy to read the other 3, they will choose the first one. Okay, if you're so lucky, yeah, the answer is correct. But what if there's another one which is the most appropriate? Then your answer will be wrong. So it's always that you have to be on the safe side. So please, maybe, so KIV first, any color will do. Again, I'm asking you, is that response polite enough? People asking you, what color should I use? Any color will do. Does it sound nice? Definitely not, right? So again, the small crossing should be done here. And see, what color should I use? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Oh, okay, you will say maybe, alright. Okay, I read that as well. What color should I use? It's not mine. Does it fit? Does it fit with the first speaker, what the first speaker is saying? No, it doesn't fit at all. D is out of question, right? Okay, now, okay, boys and girls, we have two possible answers again here. Alright, now, for this particular question, your clue will be the picture and the bubbles. Okay? Alright, as what I'm saying, as what I told you earlier on, for these particular questions, you have to find out the polite response. So now let's look at A and C. Pink and blue would be nice. Okay, I'll read it out to you, the first speaker. What color should I use? Pink and blue would be nice. What color should I use? I don't know. Alright, if you look at these responses, okay, A, yeah, it sounds polite, but again, my dear boys and girls, look at the picture, look at the boy, okay, how the boy looks like. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't know. He doesn't know, right? Look at these two hands of his. Okay, alright. So, A and C, which one do you think describe the picture of this boy? Would it be A or would it be C? Alright, now boys and girls, even though I told you earlier on, you have to choose for a polite response, but still, you have to look at the picture, as the picture is the clue, okay, for your question. So if you look at this picture, which one do you think is the most appropriate? Yeah, you are right. Well done. This will be the answer. And this is the distractor. Okay, for your information, okay, for each of these objective questions, one will be the exact answer, the other one will be the distractor. The distractor will be a closer one to the correct answer. Okay, so if you don't really read it thoroughly, you might have chosen the distractor rather than chosen the correct answer. That is why I keep reminding you, when you do your paper one, the two things must always be there. What are the two things again? Your clue, your crossing. So you need to know for each of every section, where are the clues that you are searching for. Okay, boys and girls, before I move on to the next section, so what are your clues for this section? Yes, the picture and the response. A polite response. Okay, I hope this will help you a lot. So in the future, just remember, again, these two things, a picture and a response, a polite response. Okay, welcome back. I'm proceeding to the next section, which is section C, question 16 to 20. And again, boys and girls, okay, I'm going to read out to you the instruction. Choose the best answer to complete the sentences. Again, the word best is written down. So to show that this is the most important part that you have to bear in mind. Not only choosing the answer, you have to choose the best answer out of 4. Okay, but don't worry, be happy. If you follow my techniques, which are searching for the clues and do the crossing, you will be on the right track from beginning till the end of your question. So please grab hold tightly the techniques and please apply the techniques during the exam. Okay, now, question 16 to 20. Do you know what are these questions all about? These 5 questions are asking you about, yes, grammar. Okay, grammar is the foundation of constructing correct sentences. Alright, now, look at question 16. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the 5 questions. I will choose a few just to show you how to get the clue. Because sometimes I found out that the UPSR candidates, alright, they follow the techniques, searching for the clue, crossing, but unfortunately, the clue that they chose are the wrong ones. Okay, boys and girls, how do you double check yourself that the clue is correct? Do you know how? No, you do not know? Alright, this is how you check. Alright, this is how you check. I'll do it with you very slowly. Okay, hoping that you can really comprehend what I'm trying to show to you. Okay, let's go through question 16. The Great Wall is the dash fort in the world. Alright, I repeat. The Great Wall is the dash fort in the world. Alright, from this sentence, which one do you think will be the clue? Again, okay, you will say in the world. Okay, if you just underline the word in the world, okay, you know, I can question you. What about the world? This is how you check your clue, whether your clue is the correct one or maybe your clue is the wrong ones. So if you just underlining the in the world, what about in the world? That shows your clue is not complete. So what else do you need to underline? Again, yes, well done. The word, the Great Wall. Alright now, boys and girls, you have 2 clues being underlined here. Okay, Great Wall in the world. Okay, what is it all about? Yes, there's another clue, which is the most important clue here that need to be underlined. Do you know what is the clue? Yes, the word the here. The word the here showing superlative. Okay, this is where if you remember, try to recall, try to recap what you have learned in your grammar, the comparison. Okay, we have the comparative, we have the superlative. Okay, means the only one. When we talk about superlative, means the only one. There's no second Great Wall. There's no third Great Wall. There's the only Great Wall in the world. So, the word the here is the most important clue that should be underlined. Okay, now, what should it be the answer? Can it be long? Alright, now. Okay, this is a shortcut. I want to share with you the shortcut. Now, boys and girls, if you see the word the, okay, the word the moment you see the word the, you know this is a superlative. Your answer, end of your answer, it should be ESD. Okay, this is a shortcut. I'm teaching you a shortcut. You have to work smart. Okay, not only you have to work very hard, sometimes you have to work very smart. Okay, at the end of the word, at the end of the answer that you're searching for, it must end up with ESD. Okay, now let's look at the 4 options. Long, does it end up with the ESD? No, this is the root word. Okay, it is not correct. Longer, if it ends up with ER, it shows a comparison between 2. Okay, but this is not a comparison between 2. This is the superlative, the only one. And furthermore, it doesn't end with ESD. So, another crossing here. What about C? You can see the ESD here, longest. Again, my dear boys and girls, don't jump into conclusion. You still have another one to look for. You have your D, longing. No, it's out of question. And the answer is C. Put a small tick over there. Okay, you got it? Inshallah. Alright, now go for number 8. I want to show you this one. Okay, now, Tim. Okay, Coco before going to bed every night. Okay, Tim dash. This is the answer that you're searching for. Coco before going to bed every night. Okay, please let me know what your clues are. I am not concerned about your answers, but I am more concerned about your clue here. Can you please tell me what are the clues? Yeah, there are 2 clues here. What is the first one? Tim. Okay. Now, if you just underline the word Tim, I'm asking you a question. Do you think your clue is complete? You know why? I can question you. Tim, what about Tim? That shows that your clue is not complete. So you need to find another clue so that the clues that you are searching are complete. So what do you think will be the other clue that will make it complete? Yes, every night. Okay, I want to show you. Tim here shows singular, one person. Every night, the word every here shows what tense? Correct. Present tense. Okay. Tim shows one, singular. This is where singular and plural noun comes in. They are testing you on singular and plural nouns, and they are testing you on the tenses as well. Okay, so now look at the options. Tim drink. No, singular noun, you have to put the S to the verb. So drink is out of question. What about drinks? Maybe. What about drank? This is a past tense. The word every here, it doesn't show past tense, it shows present tense. So C is out of question. What about drinking? Yes, boys and girls, can you choose drinking for the answer? Drinking is a present continuous tense. Okay, if you have is in front of the word drinking, yeah, you can choose this as your answer. But because the word is not there, so this is also out of question, and the answer is B. Got it? Okay? Right. And last but not least, let's look at number 19. We remembered Sudirman for dash great talent in singing. Again, your clue please. Sudirman, correct. Anything else? If you just choose Sudirman, I can question you, what about Sudirman? Great talent. Okay, means this great talent belongs to Sudirman. To shows belonging. Okay, now what about Sudirman? To shows what? Yeah, it's a man. Okay? So if it shows a man or a boy, it doesn't matter, a man or a boy, you should know what is the correct pronoun to be used. Am I right? Okay, now on the first place, since this is a man or a boy, okay, can we use her? No, because her and hers mainly for girls. So these two are out of question. So left two, his and him. Alright, now boys and girls, the great talent here shows belonging. It belongs to Sudirman. So if it shows belonging, what is the correct answer to be used? Can you say we remembered Sudirman for his great talent in singing? Maybe. Or we remembered Sudirman for him great talent in singing. Which is which now? Correct. To shows belonging, this is the most appropriate answer. So the answer will be his. Okay, once again, boys and girls, okay, you must always be definite, okay, you must always be confident, you must always know the correct clue to be chosen, because if you choose wrong clues, you will end up with wrong answers. So again, I hope you remember, okay, what I have advised you earlier on. Okay, if you can question your clue, it shows the clue is not completed. So what you need to do, you need to find another clue. Okay, for instance, like if you just choose the word team, I can question you, what about team? Oh, every night, something that he is doing every night. There you are. It shows your clue is correct. Okay, this is how you double check. You must always double check, right? Okay, I want to proceed with the next one, which is question 21. Okay, question 21 is asking you, it can ask you about so many things. It can ask you about same meaning. It can ask you about opposite. And it can also ask you about the word with the same okay, the one like what is given to you is the word that with same meaning. All right, okay, let's go for this one. Okay, boys and girls, where can you get the clue from? For this particular question, the clue should be in the instruction itself. Choose the word that has the same meaning as the word underlined. So which one is the clue? This is the clue, same meaning. Okay, now don't miss the opportunity to meet the Prime Minister tomorrow. Okay, now for this particular question, okay, it's either you know it or you do not know. You don't know it. Okay, if you read a lot, you will know what's the meaning of opportunity. That's it. So I advise you, boys and girls, okay, please do read English books, okay, so that you will be familiar with all these words. Okay, or don't worry so much, you just go through your textbook. Okay, because all the words that been tested are based from your textbook. Okay, this one, if you didn't know the meaning, so you would not know what the answer is. That's it. Okay, so my advice, go through your textbook, because the word definitely it's taken from your textbook. Okay, now question 22 to 23 is testing you on correct spelling. Okay, again, boys and girls, it's just the same thing as question 21. It's either you know it or you do not know it. Okay, so this one again, okay, read a lot in English. Okay, if you feel you have not enough time to read everything in English, just run through your textbook cover to cover. Okay, look at the words, especially the words that you feel is quite difficult. Okay, you extract out the words, write somewhere and do your own, test your own on the spelling. This is how you practice yourself for this particular question. Okay, this is just again the same thing as 21. It's either you know it or you do not know it. So you need to read a lot. Since you have about 1 more month to go, so I advise you, go through your textbook. Okay, again, I'm reminding you the words taken from your textbook. Whatever being tested, whatever words that you see in your test papers, all from your textbook. Okay, boys and girls, let's proceed with our question 24 and 25. Okay, these two particular questions are actually testing you on punctuation. Okay, do you know what punctuation is? Your full stop, your exclamation mark, your question marks, your commas, and so on and so forth. Okay, boys and girls, to get the most appropriate answer for these particular questions, no doubt you have to go through one by one. Okay, this one you have to go thoroughly because sometimes the distractor is very near to the answer. Okay, let's go for number 24. Okay, I think I want to go do with you number 25 first. Okay, look at A. Alright. Hey, where do you think you are going? Alright, do you think this will be the answer, boys and girls? Sorry? No? May I know why? Exactly. Okay, this is a question. Correct. So you need to have this question mark at the back. This one is correct, but there's slightly mistake here, which you cannot choose this as your answer. What is the mistake? Exactly. The capital W here. Alright, the uppercase. The capital shouldn't be in the middle of your sentence. So, this is out of question. Now B. What about B? Yes, we know this exclamation mark. Definitely, this is not exclamation mark. This should be a question mark. And the hey here should be capital H, but it does not start with capital H, so therefore, this is wrong. Okay, look at C. Hey, where do you think you are going? Yeah, after the exclamation mark, please remember, boys and girls, you have to start with a capital, right? Okay, will this be the answer? Yeah, you are become cleverer now, KIV, because you have not read through D yet. Hey, look at the hey. You know this is wrong, right? Because of the small H. And again, because of this full stop. It should not be a full stop. It should be a question mark, as this is a question. So the answer will be C. So this one I am reminding you, when you do this, you need to read. Don't read it aloud. Okay, you can read it in your heart just to know the expression. Okay, it can be, for instance, for this question. Okay, this is a question. The expression should be in a questioning. Alright? So you know when it's a question, you know that it should be a question mark at the end of the sentence. So you need to read. But don't read aloud. You can read it in your heart. But you need to read to know the correct expression. Then only you will know the correct punctuation to be used. Okay. Now, look at 24. The same thing. This is a question as well. Would you like a lift to town, Aisha? So the first one is out of question because of the exclamation mark. Would you like a lift to town, Aisha? Maybe. What about the C? No. Why? Because of the small W here. When you start off anything, whenever you start off your sentence or your question, it should always be in the uppercase. It should be always in capital letters. Okay, so C is out of the question. Would you like a lift to town, Aisha? This is a question, but it doesn't end up with a question mark, so it is wrong. So the answer is B. Okay, this is very simple actually, but you need to read. You need to read because you need to know the correct expression. Then only you can put the correct punctuation to it. Okay, boys and girls, try to get these two questions correct because it's not difficult. It's just that sometimes if you are getting a longer sentences, you might feel like a bit reluctant to read all, but still, please remember the two techniques of answering paper 1 need to be followed. Whether you like it or not, please do your crossing. When you do your crossing, you have to go through all the 4 options. For these particular questions, 24 and 25, it's easy actually. It's easy. The moment you know the correct expression, you will definitely get the correct punctuation to be used. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you are clear with it. Yeah, because this is too simple. Okay, you just need to read it out to get the expression. Okay, now I am going to go to the next section. This is a text completion. Okay, boys and girls, when you do this text completion, the first thing that you need to do, what is the first thing that you need to do? Exactly, you need to read the instruction. I'll read out to you. Okay, based on the picture, choose the best answer to fill in the blanks in the passage that follows. Okay, based on the picture, it's written there. Based on the picture means the questions that will be asked will be from the picture. Okay, normally out of 5 blanks, 3 out of 5 blanks, the questions will be based from the picture. Meaning you need to look at the picture. If you don't look at the picture, you won't be able to get the correct answer. So you need to study the picture. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do when you do this section, go and look at the picture. Try to figure out what the picture is all about. Okay, done with it? Now look at the passage. Okay, this is the most important part that I want to share with you, boys and girls. Now, the first or the most important thing before you start searching for your answers to fill in the 5 blanks, do you know what? Yeah, you need to read the first sentence. Okay, for your information, the first sentence will tell you everything about the story. You need not need to read all from beginning to the end. By just reading the first sentence, you will know what the story is all about. Now, the first sentence will tell you 2 things. Firstly, it will tell you what the story is all about. Secondly, it will tell you what tense to be used. Yes, boys and girls, again, I am going to show you the shortcut. If any of the questions ask you about tenses, present tense or past tense, I want to show you the shortcut. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, come for a closer look. Okay, now, Damia went to the fun fair last Saturday night. Now, as I mentioned just now, the first sentence will tell you what the story is all about. Okay, it's about Damia. She went to the fun fair. So the story, the text will be about Damia going or went to the fun fair. Okay, now, what about the tense? How do you know what tense actually this text is? Search for the time frame. Did you see any time frame in the first sentence? Sorry? Yeah, this one. Last Saturday night. Last Saturday night shows what tense? Boys and girls, can you please let me know? Present tense? Past tense? Yeah, the word last here, it shows this is in past tense. So this is a shortcut. Okay, alright. There's a question asking you about tenses, about verbs. The first question itself. Okay, now, before that, I would like to share with you a good criteria of this question. The first sentence, it should be a complete sentence. It should not be any blanks in the first sentence. Okay, for instance, like this question, this text. Okay, the first sentence is a complete sentence. Alright, this is a good criteria of question or section D. So I'm just letting you know, okay, because I'm very sure you have done a lot of questions in your workbooks, so at least you know what are the good criteria of questions that you are actually doing. Okay, now look at the first question, which is question 26. Alright, there were many people dash the performance. Okay, now look at the options given. Watch, watches, watched, watching. Alright, now, Boys and girls, okay, if this is a past tense always goes with past continuous tense. They are best friends. Okay, when you make sentences, when you construct sentences, the past tense always go along with past continuous tense. Okay, now can you choose watch? This is the root word. No. Why no? Because we have already confirmed that this should be in past tense, right? So watch is out of question. Can it be watches? This is present tense. No. Okay, my dear boys and girls, this is a shortcut. Can it be watched? As I said, this is a past tense. Okay, now look back at the question. There were. When you see the word were here, it shows past continuous tense being used for this sentence. So were, can you say were watched? No. Were watching. The past continuous tense always end up with the ing. Okay? So the most appropriate answer will be D. Okay, if, okay, just an if, alright? The word were, it's not here. Okay, many people, start off with many people. Then, what should you use? What should you choose? Correct, watched, past tense. Good, so it's either past tense or past continuous tense. As I said, the past tense, the best friend of past tense is always past continuous tense. Past tense cannot go along with present tense. Alright? So please don't jumble up, don't mix your tenses, past and present tense. They are enemies. They cannot get along. Okay, so past tense always get along with past continuous tense, whereby present tense will only get along with present continuous tense. Okay, boys and girls, for these particular questions, where can you get the clue from? Exactly, you are getting the clue from the picture. Okay, you're getting the clue from the picture. That's all? Is that all? Is that all that you can get the clue from? No, you can also get the clue from the sentence itself. For instance, like the first one, the word were here. Okay, so it's very important that you need to read. Okay, so I am not going to go for the whole questions. I'm just sharing to you this is the correct way. Okay, I repeat, for this text completion question, the most important thing that you need to do is to read the first sentence. Okay, the first sentence here, it should be a complete sentence. Okay, from this first sentence, you can get two things. What are the two things, boys and girls? Do you still remember? Exactly. The whole story, what is it all about? And you can also confirm yourself. You can also get to know what tends to be used by looking for the time frame, what we have done just now. Okay, hoping all of you can get this very clear. Okay, hope whatever doubt that you had before this will make it clearer to you. Alright, boys and girls. Okay, again, I am reminding you, okay, for all the questions from number 1 up to number 40, always based on my two techniques. What are my two techniques again? The clue and the crossing. As I mentioned earlier on, the clue, you can always get it from the pictures, you can always get it from the sentence. And the most important thing, the crossing. The crossing plays important role because this is where it helps you to get the correct answer. Okay, welcome back. We are now proceeding to section E, the last section of your comprehension question. Okay, you'll be given two texts. nonlinear and linear text, and there are 10 questions that will be asked together with the two text. Alright, now boys and girls, for these particular questions again, okay, I really need you to really go through the questions thoroughly. I really need you. Please try your very best to get all these 10 questions all correct. Do you know why? Actually, comprehension questions is not difficult. You are given the answers from the text. But to what I've seen, many UPSR candidates, they are so lazy of underlining the clues in the text. So you have to change that from now onwards. Please underline the clue. So I will show you how to do that. Okay, now this is a poem. I'm not going to read out to you, but just to show you, this is a poem entitled 100 meter sprint. Okay, now look at the first question, which is question 31. Right. What is the meaning of sprint? Okay, now for this comprehension question, okay, the clue, you will get it from the poem itself. Is it a poem? From the poem. Is it a story? From the story. Okay. And you are getting the clue from the question as well. So, what is the clue in the question then? Yeah, the word meaning of sprint. Underlining. Underline this phrase. Underline the words. Okay. Okay, now you are searching for the meaning of sprint. Now I want to show you. Okay, look at the poem. Okay, we are not going to read the whole thing, but the first few lines will show you the clue. Okay, now 100 meter sprint, the shortest. Okay, underline the clue. For instance, if you feel this is the clue, please write down the number that you are underlining it for. Okay, let's say you are underlining for number 31. You put number 31 here. Or if you feel there's another clue for it, for instance, for the word shortest, okay, you write number 31. Okay, why do I ask you to write down these numbers? So that when you choose for the answer, okay, you will not get confused, because in this particular poem you are going to underline a few lines, because that's the clue, that's the answer for the questions. If you don't write down the numbers, you might get yourself in confused. So to clear that confusion, okay, I advise you, boys and girls, please write down the particular question number, like what I am doing now. Okay, so now, see, this is the clue, 100 meter sprint, the shortest. Okay, now I will go back to the question. Right? Okay, A, again crossing, boys and girls, let's remember, we already searched for our clue, and now we are going for our crossing. Run fast in a short distance. Do you think that's the clue? Sorry, do you think that's the answer? Oh, maybe. Alright. Run fast for a long distance. No. Why? Because of the word shortest here, right? So, a cross here. Run slow in a short distance. No. Run slow for a long distance. No. So, the most appropriate answer is run fast. Because the word sprint here, fast. 100 meters. We have to really run very fast. Okay. Okay, now you have the clue here. The shortest. Okay, I'll show you again in the poem. The word shortest, the one that I underlined just now, and the word 100 meter sprint. So the most appropriate answer for this particular question will be, yeah, A. Okay, again, boys and girls, please do underline in your text. Okay, don't make it very clear. Don't worry. Okay, the question papers will be given to you. You will keep the question papers. So it's okay if you scribble. You scribble the questions. You underline the questions. The clue. It's okay, because the question papers will be given back to you. Your job is just to blacken the answers. So don't make it so clear and clean. Okay, please have some scribbling. Scribbling means have some underlining of your clue. Okay, please do that. Do that. Listen to my advice. You will be on the safe side. You will be on the safe track. Okay, so now, before I move to paper 2, before I end up with paper 1, again, I would like to recap, okay, what should be done for your paper 1. Okay, boys and girls, always remember, when you do your paper 1, first and foremost, please read the instruction. The most important thing are the 2 things that I keep reminding you from the very beginning till the end of this paper 1. What are the 2 things, boys and girls? Yes, you are right. The clue, underline the clue, and your crossing. Where can you get the clue from? Exactly, you can get it from the pictures, or you can even get it from the questions, from the sentences. Underline the clues. Now, how do you double check that your clue is correct? Because it's not possible that you might underline the wrong clue. So how do you confirm? How do you recheck that your clue is correct? Exactly. Okay? If you can question your clue, it shows the clue is not complete. But if you yourself, after underlining the clue, maybe the words, okay, but you do understand, even though you're underlining only 2 words, you do understand the clues, that shows your clue is correct. Okay, so before I end up our paper 1, so all the best. Always bear in your mind, clue, crossing. Clue, crossing. Okay, boys and girls? Okay, we'll meet again in our paper 2. Stay tuned.